Okay, so I'm live. I'm going to wait until a few people jump in here before I get started. What's going on, Doc? How are you? Hey, Kelly. Okay, so hey, Autumn. So I don't know if you all have followed the Watts case like I have. I'm going to say right now, first of all, this is my actual retraction video on the footage that I supplied for two different videos. I thought that I saw someone's father at the scene, and I've retracted that statement thanks to another YouTuber that debunked me. That's why the video is taken down. Now, there is another YouTuber out there that is actually stating that there was two people on the scene, which I thought initially that there was. I still thought until about a week ago that two people were on the scene. Now, who knows, right? I mean, this is all speculation. This is all questioning, but I am going to state that there's CCTV footage that's been highly seen, like hundreds of thousands of views. That's over an hour long. And when you see somebody walking out of the garage, you then see another person, it looks like, that's walking out of the garage, okay? I'm going to tell you all that footage, the person that's walking out and the second person that's walking out is the same exact person, same exact footage. And I'm going to show you that it's looped. So what you all need to pay attention to before I show this footage is the little flagpole that's in the neighbor's yard. The little flagpole stops and restarts. The two people you see walking out of the garage have the same steps, the same exact posture and everything. Now, if your mind is going where my mind went with this, yeah, you can think that, yes, footage is looped. Thank you, Jenna. And there's another YouTuber out there that has people convinced there are two people at the scene. And that's why I'm doing this video, because I noticed this over a week ago, probably 2 weeks ago, that the footage was looped. And I automatically thought, well, you know, maybe they'll take their videos down. Maybe they won't talk about it. Maybe they didn't notice. You know, I mean, this is all questionable, right? But hopefully there's people out there with this footage that's looped and people that are investigating on this footage, and hopefully they'll retract some of their statements or just take the video down. How this footage got looped is beyond me, because when the neighbor was initially interviewed, they had asked him, how long is the footage? He said 30-second increments. So how the heck there's an hour-long footage out there? Excuse me. How there is hour-long footage of that CCTV footage beats me. There should not be no hour-long footage anywhere of that CCTV camera. And there's a few YouTubers out there that have that. So what I'm going to do is, just in case you all have not seen it, I'm going to share my screen and show you two different videos where I can prove that the footage is looped. Okay? Just let me show you, because it's kind of hard to explain. Alrighty. Oh, you have two of them, Lieutenant? Okay, well, I've already got the two that I want to show that's up. So let me do this. Yes, exactly. And I mean, I'm not trying to call anyone out. I just want to, you know, I've been wrong in the past, and I don't want that held over my head forever. You know, I've retracted my statements. I got very emotional during those videos. You know, once somebody proved me wrong, I retracted it. I made a community post and I took it down. There's no reason for me to lie to any of you all. I try not to ever lie, even, in my home life. That's one thing, or two things I cannot stand. That is a liar and a thief. It's a liar and a thief. Yeah, it does suck when you have crappy neighbors. And you know what? I don't think he had crappy neighbors. Honestly, here's what I think. I think that the footage was put out there and it was maybe tampered with to put speculation out there, to maybe, who knows, it could have been an accident. But this case has created so much negativity within the whole YouTube community that I've seen. There's other channels that have come together and now they're arguing. And I've even had another channel out there say lies on me for no reason whatsoever, stating that I was contacting her husband. But that's I've already put that out there. I promise you all, I give you all my word that I did not email knowing that was somebody's husband. I'm not like that, okay? So just putting that out there, anything as far as that goes is complete and utter lies. Yes. It's very awful. Okay, so let me get this put up here. Now, when I'm screen sharing like this, I cannot see the chat, okay? All right, now this is the footage. Okay, this is not the one that I wanted to show. Well, I'll go ahead and show this one. Okay, so what I want you to pay attention when you see the lights over here. Pay attention to the flag, okay? This is the one that's looped. You can clearly see that flag stops and then it goes back. So just pay attention, and I'm not going to speed it up or anything. Not going to zoom in, nothing. So just watch this, okay? And it takes a minute for it to show up. So I'm not sure the exact timestamp, but I didn't want to fast forward it because I wanted you all to see the exact footage. And this is one of the videos that's over an hour long. Playing this at regular speed. I'm not zooming in with my touch screen, nothing, okay? Like I did for the other videos. Completely transparent here, and I will provide the links in the description box for the videos that I used for this. And I thought about actually going to another, a news station and getting the footage there, but I didn't have time. I can only stay on for about 45 minutes. So it's going to be a pretty short broadcast. So what you want to watch for is in the top left-hand corner inside the trees, you're going to see some lights come on. That's allegedly Chris Watts unlocking the truck. So watch there. And then as soon as you see the person walk out, I want you all to look at that flag and watch it stop and loop. And then you'll see supposedly the second person coming out, which is false. It's just the same footage looped over. And I have an explanation for the jeans as well. Sorry, I can't see the chat, you guys. I want to pay attention and look at this as you all are. I could pull the chat up on my phone, but I'm not going to do that. Now, something could have triggered the CCTV footage, okay, for it to start recording. It could have been a garage light popping on. It could have been anything. I know how security cameras work. Anything can trigger them. There could have been a bunny or, any kind of animal walk to start triggering that. It's just, ironically, it started filming. Now, could there have been somebody else on scene? Yeah, there could have. But honestly, I don't think that this footage shows it. So I'm just trying to prove that two people do not walk out of this garage. It is looped. And for those of you that have noticed it, I applaud you. Okay, I think the lights are getting ready to pop on. Okay, so there's the lights. Now you're going to see somebody walk out. Pay attention to the flag here in just a second. Somebody's getting ready to walk out. Okay, watch that. Now look at the flag. Stops. And that's a loop, okay? Now somebody else is getting ready to walk out. Same exact footage, same exact person. Now, I'm going to show you some different footage, and you can tell because the lights still stay on during the footage. All right, so let me get this pulled up. Okay, this video right here. Get full screen here for you guys. All right. Okay, now watch. The lights come on. Somebody's getting ready to walk out. Now pay attention to the flag. It does not stop. It just keeps blowing in the wind. See that? It just keeps blowing. It's not looped like the other one. Just continues to blow there. If you need me to, I can play this again. Let's go ahead and play that again. You see the lights come on. Somebody's getting ready to walk out. And if you pay attention to the flag, it does not stop. And there you have it. Okay, so as far as the genes go, let me get the chat and stuff pulled back up here, guys. If you notice, oh, where'd my chat go? Hold on. Computer's not wanting to cooperate. All right, so if you watched any of the body cam footage, they're in the house and they're interviewing Chris, and I believe it's that Monday. And they find another pair of jeans over there by the staircase, and they're asking him, they're like, oh, what's this? You know, and, you know, cops look at everything. They question everything. They ask everything. And he's like, oh, those are jeans that, you know, I was getting rid of, and they're too big. They're like size 38. If you ask my opinion, now this is just my opinion, I think he had those jeans on along with his white tennis shoes on the scene when he was loading up the trucks. And I think he changed clothes. That's just my opinion. But I will tell you that that footage, what's fake? Autumn, what's fake as far as the whole, like, the whole investigation, the whole crime? Is there footage of Shanann coming home that morning? Okay, so supposedly, now, the main detective in the case said that they actually seen her coming home. However, I did hear, yeah, the video looped, yeah. I did hear that there was tape put on that doorbell camera, you know? So that makes you wonder. That right there, if there was tape put on that doorbell camera, that shows right there premeditation. And I've thought this all along that it was premeditated. If you ask my opinion, I don't even think she got up the steps. I honestly don't think that she even got up the steps. If she, I mean, unless she was really, really tired and then he got her in her sleep. He had no defense wounds on him. No offense, whatever. There was only a little scratch on his neck. Now, from what I've heard, Shanann was very strong. However, she did, what? Why did I say what? Jenna. Sorry, the chat has a little bit of a delay. Why did I say what? Why did I say that? What's up with the one symbolism in my photo? I have my bangs in my eyes. Will you go on? Come on, Fizzy, if you're still here, and get somebody. Why do I say you don't think she got it? Oh, okay. So think about this, okay? If he was a lone wolf, okay, she was 140 plus pounds pregnant, okay? I mean, he could have dragged her all that way, but I just don't think so. He could have caught her off guard as soon as she came home. But, I mean, I don't know. I think that the kids were probably already gone, and then she got home, and then because it was pretty quick that he did all this. You know, he did it within like a 3-hour span, which, I mean, that in itself looks premeditated. Okay? Think about it. If it wasn't premeditated, you would have been like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? You'd be all nervous. You'd be like pacing the floor, blah, 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 blah. You know, God forbid anybody ever have to, you know, it's just crazy the things that he did. It would have had to have been premeditated. I'm just saying. If he did it upstairs, he would have had to, yeah, he would have had to have dragged her downstairs. Yeah. But for some reason, I just don't think that he let her get in the door. Like, as soon as she got in the door, I think that's when he did it. Wasn't she in her underwear? I think she was. I mean, he could have took her clothes off. Who knows what happened? Now, okay. So, the baby monitors, okay? The brand of the baby monitors is Summer. If you actually go to their website, they have and you know, Shanann and Chris, they had like all the top electronics. They had the Alexa, they had the Apple watches and all that good stuff. So you would have thought they would have had top of the line baby monitors. Now, the Summer model was black. So I don't know if you can choose one and get like 2 different colors, okay? But the Summer brand baby monitors have where you can just pull it up on your phone and look at the footage from your phone wherever you're at, okay? Now, in the Discovery, you've got C67, where they actually recovered video from the baby monitor that came from a computer hard drive. So when he was actually interviewed by the police when they were at his house, they were like, hey, did you look at the baby monitors? He's like, no, I'm going to check it here in a little bit. I can't pull it up from here, which means that he had to have pulled it up from his laptop, because there's not actually a record or a rewind or anything on those baby monitors. But in the Discovery, they did recover some video footage. Why this is being, you know, withheld from us? Why is the doorbell camera footage being withheld? Unless they could just see like a little part of her coming in the door. If he had tape over it, you know, you could probably just see her silhouette. It would still probably pick it up. Now, as far as Vivint home security, there's activity from 1:48 until, 4:13 a.m.? Now, I will tell you, as far as this home security system, because I had Vivint at one time, the way it works, there are door sensors. You can not have to activate that. If you're awake, why would you activate your security system? If you're like, you know, I don't keep mine activated if I'm awake, okay? But the sensors still work. The sensors are still going to notify you anytime a door is open. You can get it to where it texts you. So, like, that's why I didn't have mine actually activated, because, you know, anytime a door is open or anything, you can set it up to where you can get a text message. So there wasn't any activity because no doors were open from that time. You can hit if you do activate the alarm system, you can hit stay or you can hit away. So, I mean, he was awake. He said he was sleeping in one of the interviews though. And he wanted her to wake him up even though he had to go to work and talk about things. I'm sorry. That's not something you talk about as soon as you wake up and have to go to work in a couple hours. So the whole thing just does not make any sense. And then, okay, check this out. I don't know if you all caught this. At 2:30 a.m., there was on Shanann's credit card, which was declined, there was a purchase or a supposed, like an alleged purchase where they actually tried to purchase hair coloring. Okay. A, if you're pregnant, you're not supposed to color your hair. And B, I think Chris probably got a hold of her phone and tried to make it look like she was trying to run off and change her appearance. Because when the FBI agent asked him about that charge on her phone, because maybe the charge on her phone and the card being declined caused an argument per se. And when she asked him that, he was like, no, not that I'm aware of. So I think that was actually him trying to make it look like she was trying to leave and change her appearance. Hey, Raleigh. Hey, Hebrew. What's going on? So it's just, I wanted to point those things out. All of this is just still, even though the case is closed. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of it. She's poisoning you. I thought you were gone. I can't assume. It's my opinion. It's my opinion that I can put out there. That's what humans do. I'm not actually assuming. I'm just stating, the facts that are out there and my opinion on things. If you don't like it, you can go away. Which, there you go. You're gone. All right. I'm all for free speech, but if you continue to come and just like say blah, 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 blah. Everything I'm saying, I'm putting out there just things that I've thought about and I just wanted to share because I haven't talked about this in a while. Okay, Hebrew. So just look up Chris Watts' case and you'll have to look it up. I mean, it's a pretty nasty case. I'll give you just, a husband was having an affair. And mind you, I will say this. This is facts. This is not me speculating. It was in the discovery documents that the mistress looked up the wife's name in September of 2017. Now, they say that they did not start seeing each other until June of 2018. I mean, maybe she had his eye on him for a while. And supposedly she didn't know that, the mistress did not know that the wife was pregnant. However, I mean, the wife posted on her Facebook every day, more than once a day, because she was actually a Thrive representative. So, I mean, she lived on her phone. And that's another thing, too. If you hadn't followed this case, they had garage door openers. And so the only way for her to be able to have left would have been through the garage because the doorbell sensor or the door would have picked it up and the doorbell. And I'm thinking when he showed up to the house after the police were called, because he did not want to come to the house. He did not want the police to show up because her best friend, Nicole Atkinson, which is the one that called the police, she said he was, what word did she use? Oh, gosh, I can't remember the word she used. But he was reluctant. That's what she said. She said he was reluctant to even come home. And I do know what he was like 45 minutes away from home is where the main office was or where he was working. And he kept saying, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'll be there in 5 minutes. And it took him a long time to get there. So after she called the police and had them come, it took him forever to get there. And as soon as he got there, he walks over to the passenger side door of the truck and stays there for a second, grabs something, puts something under his arm, which I think was her phone, turned off. And when he got there, he shook the officer's hand, hurried up, opened and he had the garage door opener in his hands. And I think that was Shanann's garage door opener. He wanted to make it look like she used the garage door opener to leave. Okay? Why would he walk up with the garage door opener in his hand? Now, I can be past my driveway and my garage door opener works. Okay? You don't have to be right up on it. He could have, now, unless he just wanted to hurry up, open it, walk in, and not have somebody follow him. But when he walked in, he left the garage door open. I mean, nobody's allowed in your house unless you invite them in. So I don't know. I mean, you can always, but he did have that. He had something under his arm. He was kind of hiding. He had the garage door opener in his hand. So, I don't know, just a few points that yes, Jenna, yes. He has gotten some kind of warning regarding NK. Okay, so I'll have to watch his recent video. Now the whole thing is why I came on. If you all are just tuning in, I'm going to provide links in the description box. The long footage of the CCTV camera from the neighbor is looped. You see the lights come on for the truck, somebody walking out of the garage. Then, like 4 seconds later, you see somebody else walking out of the garage. That is exactly the same footage. It's looped. And how you can tell is you can watch the little flag that's in the neighbor's yard right there. And it stops. And it's loops. I don't know why it would be looped. That's the next thing I'm going to look into. And I mean, I noticed this a couple weeks ago and I thought, well, maybe they don't even see it. Maybe they're not sure. Maybe they don't realize. Another thing is, why would you put an hour's worth of CCTV camera footage out there anyways? If supposedly he was only there 3 times, okay, that's what the discovery docs say. This is the FBI discovery docs. He was there 3 times. Or they saw him 3 times loading. So actually, the camera more than likely would have picked him up 6 times. Still, the neighbor stated that the footage is only in 30-second increments. 30-second. So, that would only be, a total of 3 minutes worth of footage? So, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm 100% sure that footage is looped, and the 2 people that are walking out of that garage are the same exact people, the same exact footage. Now, whether there was somebody else involved, I do not want to state that the police don't know how to do their job, but, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all miss stuff. And we already know that they are withholding information. So who knows what they're withholding and why? Why wasn't the doorbell camera footage of her coming home? Why wasn't that released? Maybe because that would have been too hard on her family to see. Even though it was nothing to it, But And a lot of people are stating when she returned home, she came in the back door. I'm sorry, you're pregnant with a suitcase. You're not going to walk all the way around the back and walk up steps to come home. Okay? Or if they had a walkout basement, walk in the basement and walk up the steps with a suitcase. No, because her suitcase was upstairs. She came in the front door because her friend Nicole stated that she waved to her and then she went in the house. Okay. Hey, Riley, what's going on? Hey, Two Pillars. Sometimes I think, what if it's a big show, another lie? You know, I thought it might have been an FF, because I can't say that word. Y'all know what an FF is. Please type it in the chat so that people aren't confused. I thought that it could be that. But if it is, I'm just saying her father is a very good actor. I don't think those were crocodile tears. Thank you, Doc. Those were genuine tears. He was truly upset. And what we did, some people are saying that it is. And the only reason I thought that it could have been was because they were releasing so much stuff on this. But I don't think that it is. I'm saying there are those things out there that aren't true. Don't think that, it is a thing. Look it up. Not everything that happens is, though. Not everything that happens is. The only reason I thought so is because they were releasing so much stuff on this case. So, but I know it's not. It's a very, very sad situation. Very sad situation. In my opinion, I do think that the mistress knows a lot more because her story changed. If you listen to all of her interviews, she left out information, which I understand it can be stressful. I understand that you can forget things. I forget stuff all the time. But it was too fresh. Yes, Kelsey Barrett case. They're not putting out so much info, and maybe they don't have that much info on the Kelsey Barrett case to put out like this one. They led back to her apartment as the crime scene. There has to be some evidence there, or they wouldn't have done that. They would not have arrested him without a body if they didn't have the evidence to go ahead and say that she's no longer here. Because my channel will get flagged, T-Bro. They will not monetize. I'll have limited or no ads on the stream, and I'm just sitting here talking doing a live stream. I'm serious. No, they're not. I'm serious. It's getting that bad to where I have to actually watch what I say. I've got the live stream before last with me and James. It was flagged. Okay. So, and I'm like, what did I say in that live stream for it to not have ads on it? Okay. Sorry. My daughter just walked in. Okay, I'm reading the chat. Let's see. I think her friend would have seen him attack her, considering she did. Yeah, possibly. I don't know why I think that. I just think he, got her as soon as she come home. I don't know. I will say that the footage that armchair detectives put out of the shadows, that is pretty incredible, because you see a little shadow walking up as he's already in the truck, and he bends down, picks it up, and puts it in the truck, whatever it is. I don't think it's the dog, because the dog was home and they didn't show him returning back home while he was at work. And anything else would have picked up footage. I mean, who knows what really happened to guys? I just know that the CCTV footage that's out there, a lot of it that has been copied and mirrored, is looped. There's not two different people that come out of that garage. Watch the flag in the neighbor's driveway. It has been edited and altered. It is looped. Why it's been looped, I have no idea. And you know what? If I was the neighbor or if I were the police, I would have put the timestamps and the dates on that CCTV footage, whether they had to put it on there themselves, because I don't think it showed up whenever the neighbor was playing it on his screen. So the police, when they redistributed that, they should have at least put the timestamps and the date on there so that people wouldn't get confused. Because they're never going to dissect everything, right? Yes, YouTube will review it and they usually monetize. Yes, but it seems like no. The live stream before last with James, I have asked that it would be reviewed and it came back no, limited or no ads. So even if you see an ad on there, it's going to be limited than as if it, was completely monetized. That's what I'm talking about. It's like almost everything that I put out, it's limited or no ads, which that's not why I do this anyways, but I don't want to say something and then it automatically get in review. And, YouTube told me what to do. They said that, and they totally were wrong. And I'll explain this. They said when you upload a video to put it as unlisted, that way nobody will see it but YouTube, and to wait a little bit. And if it turns yellow, you can go ahead and have it reviewed no matter how many views are on there. Because typically they won't review it unless there's 1,000 views. But if it's unlisted under review, they'll automatically go ahead and review it for you if you want. Now, I did that on a video. I put it as unlisted. From the get-go, it said monetized. Okay, so I went ahead and made it public. And then what do you know? It came as limited or no ads under review. And so I emailed screenshots to the person, the YouTuber that actually told me that information. I was like, well, look, I did that. Here's the screenshot. It didn't work. It said fully monetized. And then once I made it public, it said limited or no ads. So whatever. Yeah, that when the police were searching the home, and as soon as they walked in, there was a child laugh. Yeah, I agree. That sounded electronic. Now, the whispers that are in the garage, who knows what that was? I think one of the whispers said, "I'm so sad." And I can't remember what the other one said. I don't know. The whole thing is just crazy. Dog stepped on a book or something. Yeah, I think so too. But here's the thing, is she had the dog walk back in there and she had the other detective walk back in there. And, nothing spouted off or anything. No other sound was made. Okay, Hebrew. I will try to. Normally, I check in with Munder to see if he wants to go live on Sunday nights. Do you know what time you're going to be going on? Go ahead and send me the link just in case me and Munder don't go live tonight. And if me and Mender end up going live, I'll try to put out the notification at least 2 hours ahead of time. Okay, so, oh yeah, the lady was scared to death. Yeah, Jenna, James Mender. What time, Hebrew? Hey, Queen Bee, what's going on? On the actual footage, early on, I was confused all about the, yeah, exactly. But my question got lost in the chaotic chat. I'm so glad now someone else sees it. Yeah. Queen Bee, I don't know if you follow Armchair Detective. I think that's his channel name, but he's very good. However, he's putting out there that 2 people were on the scene walking to the truck. And I just showed that that's looped footage. If you pay attention to the flag that's in the neighbor's yard, you can tell it stop and then start over. If you pay attention to the 2 supposedly people that are walking out, it's the same exact steps, same exact person. It's just looped footage. So whoever has that CCTV footage out there that's like over an hour long, they need to retract that video. Sorry, I'm just turning off my Hangouts. But yeah, I mean, this whole case has made us all go a little crazy. Okay, we're all crazy, right? But just a little more crazy. I think anybody with children cannot fathom, and you know, me being a mother, it pulled on my heartstrings a little too much. Just a little too much. Hey, Tamara, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you, Queen Bee. Yeah, and even though I said, you know, here's how I looked at that at first, as far as saying that his dad was involved. If you think about it, now think about this, you guys. If it can look like his dad at some parts and then look like him in others, why can't it be reversed? Why can't it could have actually been his dad looking like his son? I'm just saying, it's crazy. And, you know, Gray Hughes, I do applaud him for putting out there, and he slowed it down enough to where it looked, you know, like Chris at first. And then once it got, and I wasn't putting that out there to say, oh, look, I've got this viral footage. Yes, I did call Marissa, but I didn't have Marissa say, oh, say on your channel that I'm doing this. I just called her to tell her, hey, look, I think I found something. Yeah, you don't have to be a mother, Kelly, for sure. Like I said, this pulled on everybody's heartstrings. You know what, Patriot Angle? You know, his parents didn't want to snoop to his level. They didn't want him. That was the easy way out for him to have him put to death. And plus, the way Colorado works, there's still a man on death row. I think he's the only one in Colorado on death row, and he's still on death row. And it's been like since 1980s. He's still on death row. So, I mean, whether they put him to death or not, he would be on death row forever. And that's the easy way out for him. Because, you know, when you're put to death, supposedly, you don't feel any pain. You just go to sleep. I think he needs to live every day with pictures of his family all over the place. I think that should be mandatory. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I agree with you, Doc. Exactly. No different than the armchair. Right. I mean, we all have our thoughts, you know, on what we think happened. And, you know, I'm telling you that footage is looped. 2 people do not walk out of that garage at that time. Now, I've looked at that footage until I can't see straight. That CCTV footage. It does make your brain wonder. Your eyes start going cross-eyed, and you're like, oh my God, I think I see something. And honestly, if you look at it really, really close, no, I take that back because the times wouldn't. I thought that I could see Shanann walking when he first showed the footage, I was thinking in my head that it was at the time that Shanann would have come home, but I think she was too far away. Oh, okay, I know what I'm talking about. So the footage of Nicole leaving, I thought that I could see a little thing walking to the front door. And I was like, well, maybe not. That's what I'm saying. This whole thing just makes sure you look at it so much that you're like, huh? But I'm telling you, there's not two people that come out of that garage. It is looped footage. Watch the flag in the neighbor's yard. There's other channels that are out there that have a few subscribers. Let's just say that. I'm not saying their names. But they need to at least put the correct footage out there and say, hey, look, and maybe they didn't notice. I don't know how you can't notice that, though, because you see one person walk out and then another person. However, it's the same person. It's looped footage. Now, where they got that footage, or did they make it themselves? I don't know. I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to speculate. But I will tell you that is not the correct footage. I'm not about putting false information out there. And if I do put out false information and I come to be aware of it, I'm going to retract and state, hey, that's false information. Now, people are out there saying, oh, she's crazy. She's that conspiracy lady, blah, blah, tinfoil hat, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? The people that are saying that, they have not taken, or they're still drinking the Kool-Aid per se. If you stop watching TV and the news, then you'll wake up. Those of us that are awake and that are aware of the corrupt things that happen, your eyes are opened and you look at things in a completely different light. And if you read the Bible, you know that there are demons and spirits out there that can, and there were fallen ones that fell with Satan and mated with the daughters of men and created a new race that were still here after the flood. There were giants in those days. Just saying. And if you haven't read the book of Enoch, I highly suggest it. Very good book. Even though it's Old Testament, it's almost like it's prophecy, like it's a New Testament book. And for every Old Testament verse that's out there, there is a New Testament verse to collaborate with it. Stop it. G-Jax 57 FF. Yeah, somebody will type it in the chat. I can't say it. Oh, you did? Oh my gosh. That's awful, Two Pillars. Thanks, Tamara. I appreciate that. I do make mistakes, but I do try to, if I'm aware of the mistakes or somebody calls me out and I research and I find out, hey, I said that wrong, I will say the right thing and I'll take that down. I'm not about lying at all. Like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, there's two things I do not like, and that's a liar and a thief. And it really bothered me that somebody tried to say that I was emailing her husband. Okay, I emailed Analyzer to help her out with cancer alternatives. And I think I emailed 4 times. I emailed her 4 times. There was no email address listed on her channel. Now, if you have a desktop computer, you can go to the About section on their YouTube page, and if they have an email address listed, that will show up under the About. I looked. And when I was in her chat, I said, what's your email address? How can I contact you? Because I couldn't find one on her channel. She said, oh, it's my PayPal. It's under my PayPal. That's the only reason I emailed the PayPal, because she said to. So I thought maybe they shared, because of the name of the email. I was like, well, okay, I'll go ahead and email it. And I sent all the cancer alternatives, blah, blah, blah. Didn't hear a response. I emailed again, something else to do with another channel that I speculated on. I was like, about the Watts case, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it was something pertaining to her. Anyways, and then I emailed again and I said, hey, let me know that this is you. I'm not getting a response, because in her chat, I asked her if she got my email and she said yes. And I gave her my cell phone number. If I was wanting your husband, would I give you my cell phone number? Really? I was just wanting to help her out. So, I've never ever stated that she did not have what she claims to have. Okay, I just questioned the proof that she put out. And now she hates me, and then made up this whole conspiracy that I was contacting her husband. She had put up a video on January 7th of this year. And she's like, yeah, she just emailed my husband again last night. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Oh, my goodness. Why do you have to just lie about it? Why lie just to be lying? I don't understand it. I'm perfectly happy where I'm at. I've worked really hard to be where I'm at. I'm with my high school sweetheart. We've been together almost 27 years. I have 2 children. I'm not going anywhere, okay? Perfectly happy where I'm at. Anybody that's followed my channel for any amount of time knows. I don't know if he has a channel, hon. I have no idea. But, there's other channels that won't even talk to me because they still will believe her. Or maybe they don't. They just don't want to bring it up. But I'm just saying, it's not right for somebody to come out here and lie on you. And just to make up lies. She said that I told her husband, if anything happens to you, or if anything happens to your wife, I'll be here for you. Are you kidding me? I'm like, huh? I don't know, Jenna. I don't want anybody attacking her. I don't want anybody harassing her. I've already said that. But to be called a hussy, to be called some, she was basically trying to put out there that I'm an adulteress. I mean, come on. I do not want your husband. I was contacting you. And I asked her to do an apology video because obviously her subs still think that I was emailing her husband. I give you all my word, that did not happen. I did email that email address, but it was to contact her. So, okay, I've kind of went over my time. I've got to go wake hubby up. He's taking a nap, so could have been. Let me just give this room a quick shout out. Lucy's World, Jenna, Tamara, Two Pillars, Karen, Autumn, Number One Matman, G-Jax 57, Patriot Angle, Mojo, Queen B, Sherry A, Kelly, Lisa. That's all I can see at the moment. I saw Hebrew in here earlier. Go ahead and let me know what time you're going to be live, Hebrew. I'll probably jump in there later for a little bit if I can. William, KC, Tamara. You might have got 2 shout-outs there, sweetheart. Spring Rain. Phoebe. All right, Lisa Donald. I think I've got everybody that I've seen so far. Much love, you guys. And if me and James do end up going live later, I will put out I'll put it out before we go live. so that you all can share the link and get everybody out here. Oh, no problem, sweetheart. I love you guys, and hopefully we'll be talking later. Much love.